Eddie. Eddie Evergreen moved ahead, guided by the steady pull of the compass. He followed the compass toward a bend in the stream. Harper Lane stayed beside him, watching the stream carefully, stayed beside him with her tablet ready. They'd been walking for what felt like hours, the quiet hum of the forest their only companion. The ancient compass in Eddie's hand, a family heirloom he'd only recently discovered, tugged him forward with an insistent, gentle pull. Its glowing needle didn't point north, but towards something else, something hidden. Harper, ever the scientist, documented everything. Her tablet was filled with notes, sketches, and readings of the strange energy signatures they'd encountered. The path they followed opened up suddenly. The stream, which had been a narrow, gurgling brook, widened into a calm, glassy pool. The water was so still, it looked like a sheet of polished obsidian, perfectly mirroring the sky above as they approached. The compass's warm glow softened, its light dimming as if in reverence. Eddie knelt by the water's edge, his reflection staring back at him. He reached out, his fingers hovering just above the surface. But as he moved, something was wrong. His reflection hesitated, a fraction of a second behind his own motion. He froze. "Did you see that?" he whispered. Harper, who had been focused on her tablet, looked up. "See what?" She stepped closer, her own reflection appearing beside Eddie's. She leaned forward, then pulled back quickly. "Whoa! It's like a video with lag." She was right. The reflections were delayed, like visual echoes. They watched, fascinated, as their mirrored selves replayed their movements a moment after they'd made them. The water didn't just reflect the present. It held on to the immediate past. The ripples showed shapes and forms that lingered, ghosts of choices already made. A hand raised, a head turned, it all hung in the water for an extra second before fading away. Eddie lifted the compass, holding it over the stream. The reflection of the device swirled, not matching the real thing. Then, the entire mirrored scene shifted. Instead of showing the trees directly behind them, the water reflected a part of the forest they had passed through minutes ago. It was the old oak with the twisted roots, a landmark from further back on their trail. "This isn't showing where we are," Harper said, her voice a mix of awe and confusion. She tapped furiously at her tablet, trying to make sense of the anomaly. "It's showing where we were." Eddie moved the compass again, aligning its needle with the gentle flow of the stream. As he did, the surface of the water changed once more. The reflections of the trees dissolved, and the water grew clearer, almost transparent. Faint symbols began to glow from the depths, etched into the stream below. They were the same strange, spiraling marks they had seen carved into rocks and trees along their journey. But these were reversed, mirrored. Intrigued, Eddie took a step back from the water's edge. As soon as he did, the symbols vanished and the stream returned to its mirror-like state. "Wait, do that again," Harper said, not looking up from her screen. Eddie stepped forward. The symbols reappeared. He stepped back. They faded. He moved to the left, and they flickered. He and Harper exchanged a look, stepped forward again, and this time Harper moved with him, staying right by his side. The symbols blazed brighter than before, holding steady. "It only works when we move forward." "Together," Eddie realized. Harper aimed her tablet at the water, recording everything. The symbols, the strange reflective properties, the compass's behavior, this place. "It isn't about memory," she murmured, piecing it together. "Memory is looking back at what happened. This is different. This place reflects decisions. It only shows you the path when you commit to taking the next step." Eddie stared at the glowing patterns beneath the water. It was a test. The stream was asking them to trust their journey, to keep moving forward without looking back. He understood now. The past was just a reflection, an echo. The real answers lay ahead. As he watched, the symbols in the water finally settled, their light merging into a single steady pulse. The compass in his hand vibrated, and its needle, which had been aligned with the stream, slowly turned. It now pointed away from the water, toward a steep, rising path that wound its way up the side of the hill. The way forward. They left the stream of reflections behind. The quiet wisdom of the water now carried within them. Some answers they were beginning to learn only appear when you're ready to see yourself clearly and brave enough to take the next step.